Um, I'm too tired to write, so I'm just gonna try and talk to y'all. I hope it makes sense. Excuse my voice, I've been crying all weekend. I learn lessons a lot through dreams and visions and through nature. That's generally how God talks to me. But after those things are done, then it's time to implement things that I've learned in spirit, subconsciously, because I'm not always aware of what I've received. I figure that stuff out later when different situations approach me in life. This weekend has been an emotional roller coaster, and the biggest lesson I had to learn was how to heal an enemy. It's really easy to heal strangers, do your Reiki treatment, do your yoga, give them great words of wisdom as spirit flows through you. But to heal somebody who had just hours prior ripped you apart verbally and betrayed you and lied to your face, and that is something I wasn't prepared for. That is something I don't think I was consciously aware of signing up for when I told Jesus, use me however you'd like. I'm your servant. A lot of times we as healers, we just naturally do what we do. We're not even aware of what it is. It's not until we're older in life, in our 20s and 30s, unless we have somebody who's in the same spiritual mission that we are on to help us. So it's not until my 20s that I was consciously aware of what I was actually doing when I was younger. So I'm kind of behind, I guess, on understanding a lot of things. And for me, this is my first time having to heal an enemy. A blatant, I should say, enemy. School kids, that's just normal stuff. This person's my kin. Someone that I thought I could depend on, somebody that I thought would never betray me, that would always love me. He was supposed to always love you. But no, hours, actually maybe about 30 minutes after ripping me apart, I was called to heal her. And I cried the entire time. It was one of the most painful things I've ever had to do. Normally, I don't touch people because I generally sense things first, but to touch them it's a no-no. I won't touch certain people, and I've gotten to the point where I wouldn't hug her or talk to them, or, I just stay silent. So not to start fights or arguments, and I was called to heal, and the only way to heal was through yoga and Reiki. I cried the entire time. They cried. I was forced to open myself up spiritually, mentally, emotionally, my soul, my heart, my body. I had to actually feel every yucky thing that they were going through in order to know exactly the positions to put them in and how to administer Reiki, how to pray over them, how to heal. And they cried. And it's a really trippy thing when you can simultaneously understand what is happening in the spirit realm as well as the natural realm. And it's not things that can be easily put into words. You could read as many articles as you want, as much research as you want, and still you can't put moments like that into words. The magnitude of what happened just blows my mind, because I had to forgive in order to heal. And I didn't realize at that time that I had forgiven until after it was all done. Because with unforgiveness in your heart and in your soul, you can't heal. The love of God can't flow through you. It is a physical barrier in the spirit realm as well as the natural realm. And it literally prohibits good works to be done. So I had subconsciously, when I was called to heal, physically asked to heal her, I subconsciously forgave. And in that process, the love of God flowed through me and touched me in ways that I didn't realize I needed touched. I have noticed that when you are healing somebody, you're also being healed. There is a reflection that happens. You can identify with that person in a way that words can't describe. I literally could feel her pain and understand everything that she was going through and the twisted torment that broke my heart. And I forgave. And she could feel my forgiveness. She could feel the love of God. She could feel the pain in her body start to release. And it was beautiful and painful. And while she doesn't understand what happens, I do. I'm grateful for the experience. I am humbled by the lesson. And I'm telling y'all, be open. You're going to be called to do so. If you're serious about following in the Spirit, if you're serious about doing what you're called to do in the spirit realm, it's going to go against every physical thing you've been taught. It's going to go against all your mental roadblocks to work in the Spirit. You have to allow your Creator to come in and rip up every single thing that you think you know, that you think you understand, that your churches or your religion have taught you about the Spirit. Because it's not going to be the way that you think it is or were trained to believe that it is. God is a living, breathing power force that is creative by nature, and He will never heal the same way twice. He will never talk the same way twice. And the way that He works through me to heal somebody is going to be different than the way that He would work through somebody else to heal somebody different. So there is no way that you can, the articles online that, we're trained to go through are helpful, yes, because they give you a general kind of idea, a vague thing of what to expect. But when you, after a few years, that stuff is gone. That stuff is obliterated, and there is no prerequisite for what you're going to go through. There is no way for you to even put into words what you're going to go through. And my encouragement to y'all who are going through anything like I'm going through, it's a transition period. It's transition period, and with every transition, you're going to have to learn new levels. You're going to go through new things, and it's going to challenge every aspect of what you think you know, what you think you understand. And what I thought I understood after 4 or 5 years of intentional healing, intentional spiritual growth, intentional soul searching and seeking after the Father, right out the water. Just obliterated. New lessons. I'm grateful for it, but I wasn't prepared for it at all. But that's another thing. When you sign up, you don't get to discriminate who you heal, how long the healing goes for. You don't get to choose. If it is 2 a.m. in the morning and a friend calls, you go. You answer. You respond. If it is an enemy, I will caution, be careful. Just because when you open up, you do allow certain spirits. So you have to be grounded for that. And if you aren't prepared for that, then you need to step back and you need to seek guidance and you need to pray. You need to call for reinforcements, somebody who might have been in the walk longer than you that can come alongside of you. But if you think you got it, go for it. But do it out of love. Do it because you genuinely want to. And that's the thing I learned. Even though they mistreated me, I thought I hated them. I thought, which is big for me because I don't hate people. But I spoke it 3 days ago that I hate them. And the Lord proved to me yesterday, no, you don't. You don't hate. And those words had to be wiped out because there's power in words. And he forced me to heal so I could be healed because I was about to stop my gift just out of my own pain. So let my mistakes, my life lesson aid you in yours. Because as painful as that was, knowing what I know now, I would do it all over again. Because the healing that came was monumental. And the healing that I received set me free, even way more than they were ever set free. I mean, they got some relief, but it's their free will and they're not ready to deal with certain aspects of their issues. And that's fine. They got the physical pain relieved and a seed was sown. And they were forced to feel my forgiveness and the love of God flow through me, which blew them out of the water and broke some barriers within them. And it broke down some barriers between us because today it's been a little easier, not anywhere where it should be. But I don't see pure hatred anymore. I see more of a begrudged thankfulness. And I can live with that. Blessed be y'all.